Oh, we're gonna show you how to paint trim without painter's tape. It's been done a little bit before, but I guess everybody's got their technique. And so we'll start with this base. This has already been primed, but you see some of these holes and I'm dripping. I don't usually wave my brush around quite that much. Thank goodness this is tile floor, but we want to start and get a little bit of paint on the brush, just a small amount, about an inch or so, and I load up the lower part on the molding a little bit so I can steal from it in just a minute. But I lock that brush right over top of that edge, and by having your brush locked on the top, it helps you guide it, helps you with your steady hand. It does take a lot of practice, but if you do 20 feet or so, you'll get better at it after a while. And it seems like it takes a long time, but what really takes a long time is taping the walls. That takes a tremendous amount of time, and I have difficulty talking while I'm doing it because my big belly, I'll breathe and it moves me a little bit. So, but anyway, that's kind of the deal. You can just be careful with it, take your time with it, and know what it's supposed to look like. And it is just paint. If you mess up a spot, you can just take a wet rag and wipe it off and just repaint that section. It's pretty easy. And then all that stuff, that extra that we put on, we want to do the real long brush strokes and smooth it out real nice. And same with the floor. You know, I'll get a little bit of extra on there that I can steal from. But you want to have just a very little bit on the brush. This is a really hard thing to do for me. Bend it over like that. I'll spread that out real good. And I'm sure professionals can do it much faster, but sometimes I get just a little bit on that tip, like a little triangle full, that I know I can push around. I'll get it a little closer in just a second. But that's something else I ought to show sometime, is the doing that on the walls. I'll get, you know, within about 1/8 of an inch of the wall, and then go and just spread out the I mean, literally just I'll go back and repaint this in just a second, but well, I'm not going to do that because I've done this room 3 times picking a color, but you can get about 1/8 of an inch to the edge of your wall. Sometimes you can use your finger to kind of help guide you in these little real close spaces like that. That helps you hold it really steady, hold your brush real steady. So that's another cool tip. And then doing your edge of the walls here, if you want to show this right here. Like right here, you can see some brown that was from some old paint right there against that, and we'll get real close to that. And again, I'll load up the edge a little bit and get just a little extra paint that I can use. And again, I try to lock it on the edge. It's hard to see with that brush in the way, but I lock the brush right on the edge. Go super close, and I got a drip forming at the bottom of my brush, but I'll get that off. You see it collecting while you're pushing the paint. Just drag it around and move it and throw it on the mold. And do remember where you put it, because it's important to go back and spread it around. I've already done this trim. I was just trying to show you that little bad section. But you can see how the brush is locked over the edge of the molding there, and that gives you another steady thing to help steady your hand. And then you'll focus on this section of brush right here that's right against the wall. You'll see that it will make a flat spot, and that's what you're watching the whole time, is that one little flat spot. Make sure it doesn't get any faster. But if you'll practice just a couple of those things for 10 or 15 feet, you'll get real good at it. Well, some people will.